Yeah, man!
Hello, my name is Miguel, and today I'm gonna make for you vegetable cheese omelette fold. Alright, so you're gonna need 2 eggs. I'm using 2 eggs today. Quarter cut paprika, sweet pepper, scallion. 1 stack of scallion is optional. Half of an onion and half or 1 small tomato. And you can use mushroom, some salt, about half a tablespoon of salt, some butter for frying, and about a couple drops of coconut oil for sauteing. And you're gonna need some skillet. You're gonna need a skillet or a frying pan, a spatula, a couple spatulas. Alright, so first, remove the dead dying leaves from the scallion, cut the tip off and cut the root off. Cut the onion in half so that when you slice it you can get little circles like onion rings. Alright, so remove the skin, the leaf, outer leaf from the onion, the paprika or sweet pepper. I'm just using quarter piece, but you can get away with using half. You see, you don't want to use too much vegetable because the vegetable is going to make the omelette a bit heavy. So just sufficient amount omelette. Alright, so the tomato now, you can slice the tomato in little slices and use it, or you can do as you see me doing, remove the seed, and I'm gonna dice it in strips. Alright, so I'm gonna rinse these onions, these vegetables I just prepared. Alright, so once you rinse the onion, the vegetable you just prepared, dice the scallion fine. Keep the vegetables separate. Now cut the paprika, sweet pepper, in little strips. Or you can dice it too as well. But you see, I want the vegetables to show. Alright, the onions now. Slice it like you see me doing and get little round slices. And cut the tomato in little strips. Alright, so that's what you want. Just put your vegetable, you prepare the vegetable aside for later. Alright, cheese. I'm using mozzarella. You can use cheddar cheese, any kind of cheese. About a quarter cup. I'm using about a quarter cup for this recipe. Alright, you can buy the block like you see me buy and then shred it yourself, or you can buy the pre-made, pre-shed ones. Alright, so shred your cheese. Or if you don't have a shredder like this, you can dice it fine. Just use a knife, put it on a flat surface, and then dice it. Just cut strips and then cut little cubes. Alright, put the stove's gauge on 4, medium low. 40 seconds between a minute. Alright. Once the pot is hot enough for a little bit, you just add the diced onions and the scallion. Optional scallion. You don't have to use scallion. You can use any vegetable that's available in your region that you like. Alright, so you just allow it to stay on one side 40 seconds between a minute. Alright, about 30 seconds thereabout. This is what it looks like. You just use a spatula and kind of stir fry the onion, diced onion and scallion, sauteing. Alright, so that's less than a minute and you finish. Alright, now we're gonna make our omelette. So put the heat a saucepan just like that. Put the stove gauge on low, very low. Alright, now while you wait for the pot to get hot a little bit, because you don't want the pot to be really hot, you know. I'm just working fast. Because the stove gauge is on very low right now. Alright, to know if your egg is good or not, just spin it. If it stays one place and spins, it's good. That means the yolk is there and it's staying in one place. You can immerse it on the water. If it sinks, it's good. If it floats, it's not good. And you can also smell it. Just put the egg up to your nose and just take a sniff. Just take a sniff. A heavy sniff. If it smells rotten, chances are it is rotten. And before you break it, you just smell it. Take a quick smell. That's another way too as well. And for insurance, or to make sure that you're not putting a spoiled egg on a good egg, you can break it in another container, or you smell it as you see me doing. The smelling method works. If you crack it and you smell it just before you break it, you can smell if it's not good. I've done it before and I've caught a couple eggs that way. Couple bad eggs that way. Alright, so Alright, a tip now with preparing eggs. Make sure whenever you're going to prepare eggs, the stoves, make sure that when you're going to prepare eggs, you crack the eggs. You crack the eggs just as you're about to fry it. You don't want to crack eggs and have it sitting on the counter. That would make your eggs smell raw. Alright, so it's a little tip. Just crack the egg the same time you're going to fry it. Put to heat a saucepan. Put the stove gauge on low. Alright, now this is another little tip. To make sure that your omelette stay firm, you just use a quarter teaspoon. For 2 eggs, you can use quarter teaspoon of cornstarch, about a pinch thereabout. And then half a teaspoon of salt. Sea salt I'm using is sufficient for 2 eggs. And if you have black pepper, you can use like a couple of sprinkles of black pepper while it's cooking. You can sprinkle black pepper on top. Alright, so you take a whisk and whip your eggs to scramble to liquid. Alright, so whip it properly. Make sure that the starch is all whipped out properly. Alright, so a teaspoon of butter. Or half a teaspoon. You don't have to use a lot, you just want enough to kind of grease the skillet, the frying pot, or the frying pan. The stove gauge is on low, not very low enough, but just low. You want to keep it on low. Alright, so the secret to omelette, you don't want the egg to cook fast. Alright, and to another tip, make sure you use a pot. You don't have to use such a big pot like this one. You can use a smaller. This is a 8-inch. You can use maybe a 6-inch skillet, frying pan. Because you see, when you put the egg in, it's gonna run all the way around to the edge of the pot. So you pour your egg, your scrambled egg in. Take some cheese, a handful, and put on half. Put it on half of your egg. Immediately after that, take your sliced tomato and sweet paprika, and lay it over the cheese. Next, sprinkle or place your sauteed onions and scallion on top of that. Mushroom, if you were using a mushroom, you would drain the water out, make sure it's dried, and then sauteed mushroom with the onions, or not. If you like mushroom, you don't have to saute it, but it's best if you saute it to give it that grill essence. Alright, so it's been about a minute and a half, and this is what it looks like. Just use your spatula and just flip the egg. You should flip it evenly, cover and flip it evenly like a patty. But because I want the vegetable to show and the cheese and stuff for it to show with the picture, that's why I kind of flip it halfway over. But you can either flip it halfway over or you can flip it entirely over. Alright, so you can take some more cheese. You can sprinkle herbs now. I'm gonna sprinkle some dried parsley or fresh. You can get some fresh parsley and dice it up fine and sprinkle it on top. You don't have to add any more salt. Black pepper now, if you are using a black pepper, peppercorn, you put it in a grinder and grind it on top. You do it before you fold the egg. This is my dried parsley. I'm just using about a teaspoon of dried parsley and just sprinkle on top my vegetable cheese omelette. Alright, you just use a spatula. Once all the egg is cooked too, that's when it's ready. Look under the bottom, use a spatula, lift it, look under it to see if it's cooking too fast. And just allow. Two minutes past now. I mean about 2.5 minutes past. I didn't turn off the timer or anything. You saw our omelette formed in front of your face. Alright, so that's around 4.5 minutes. Finish. Just turn it off. Alright. If you get one of these non-sticking pots, that would be good. This is a stainless pot. Alright, so that's what you want. You finish. That's omelette. As easy as 1, 2, 3, ABC. Take some more of your shredded cheese and just sprinkle it on top. By the time you're ready to eat, it's gonna melt. Alright, so this is vegetable cheese omelette. Homemade style. Omelette. Vegetable omelette. Alright, so you can eat your vegetable omelette alone. Sliced bread, toast, pancakes, or you can just enjoy it all by itself. You need no more cheese. This omelette is packed with cheese. You can see it for yourself. Look at that. That's cheese there, boy. Alright, so this is, visit JamaicaDinners.com for the recipe. Subscribe, like, leave a nice comment. And you should try making these recipes yourself, That's why I'm making it, so that people can see that it's easy. Alright, so what I'm heating it today with is crackers. This is a tough crackers, we call it here in our little island. Alright, this is a typical vegetable cheese omelette. It's delicious, juicy, cheesy, and healthy. See my grilled onions. The eggs are done properly. Alright. Until the next breakfast video. See you around. Yeah, man!